Alright everybody, welcome in. I'm Ceymone. Usually, I'm the one who makes the super in-depth everything coming videos ever since Crystal Guard, I think, which was Osa's season. This season, I haven't been feeling it as much. I didn't want to spend that much time working on the video. I haven't been playing Siege as much. But I still wanted to go over everything with you just for old time's sake. Um, so here on the screen, we have the season website. There's a few other websites you can see up there that we'll be looking at, and I will be showing you stuff in game as we go. But we're basically going to go through everything we know about, just without as much testing or clips as it normally would be. And I am dressed in my budget Tomb Raider Ash. I've got the glasses. It should be a little easier for me this time. Normally I try to play with these, and it does not go well because they're red tinted, which fucks with the blue light. Um, no, I'm not monetized, so I can say that all I want. Not really, but you know, it is what it is. So, first things first, the new season's called New Blood. We're in Year 9 Season 2. It's going to release on Tuesday, let's see, June 11th. It is. Today's the 8th when I'm recording. Not sure when it's going to go up, but that's a little look into my life right now. And we're going to start out with Striker and Sentry. So these aren't new operators, they are remastered recruits. I don't think they're very different from what they were, but there are some key differences, so we're going to go over. Rather than using the season website, I'm actually just going to show you them in game. But the gist of it is now Striker and Sentry are operators, so only one person can pick them. There's one on attack, one on defense. You can actually customize them now, so you're not stuck with whatever attachments the gun had. You can also probably change their outfit in the future, which is pretty nice. But you can't 5-man recruit rush anymore. That's the downside. Let's see. So, operators, we go to attackers. Let me switch my screen so you can see the game. If it decides to load. There we go. Okay, so here's all the operators we have. Here's Striker. This is the attacking recruit. You can see that they are marked as 1 difficulty, 2 speed, 2 health. So they're right in the middle of the road. Specialty support, because it is what it is. Their special ability is actually that they don't have one. They can bring 2 secondary gadgets, which can be pretty useful. But it can't be the same one twice. So essentially, let's start with loadout. So first option is the M4. This is also carried by Maverick. You have access to all of the magnified, flash hider, compensator, muzzle brake, suppressor, extended barrel. I clicked on the same thing. The grips, all 3, underbarrel laser, and of course you can do the skins. The second primary option is the M249. Capital has this LMG. You have access to all of the zooms, flash hider, compensator, muzzle brake, vertical grip, angled grip, horizontal grip, and the underbarrel laser. And we'll talk about these other little stats over here later. They're new. Secondary options, 5.7 USG. A lot of operators have this, mostly the FBI operators, but some others. You can bring the muzzle brake or the suppressor on it. It also has the underbarrel laser if you want. It's just a handgun. You can also bring the Y9S2, which is the secondary shotgun Mira and Jackal, and some others have. You can put on the 1X sights on it or the underbarrel laser. So, all in all, pretty well rounded. I don't know what I would use. I would probably be an M4 IDA player. And then you have access to many of the secondary gadgets. So there's the breach charges, claymores, EMPs, frag grenades, hard breaches, smokes, and stuns. You can see stuns is grayed out because in my secondary it's selected and you can't have 2 of the same one. But essentially this lets you combo wombo as much as you want. One of the more unique ones is you can actually bring hard breach and secondary EMPs, which would let you basically solo open a wall if you wanted, which is, you know, pretty crazy. But you are sacrificing a special ability to do that. But on some maps, that is almost as good as bringing that utility. Another option is you can do vertical by bringing breach charges and claymores. But there's a bunch of different combinations, so I'm kind of interested in seeing what people do with that. So let's see, what else? Operator guide basically just goes over what I just said. Bio-wise, everything's undefined. The recruits historically have been very anonymous characters because they're meant to be kind of self-inserts for the player. So most of it, they just leave blank. Let's see what else. Bio-wise, I'll scroll through it. You can read it if you want to. But, yeah, decent. Let's see, let's go to the defense side. So the defense one is called Sentry. Loadout-wise, there's the Commando 9, which is available to Mozzie, which is pretty exciting. I like to see this gun on somebody else. You got the 1X sights, Flash Hider Compensator, Muzzle Brake, Suppressor, Extended Barrel, Vertical Grip, Angled Grip, Horizontal Grip, or the Underbarrel Laser. You have the M870, or what I call the Meme 8, also 1X sights, Underbarrel Laser. You can bring the C75 Auto, which, let's see, Dokkaebi, Vigil, Thorn, etc. have. Only available with the Suppressor and the Underbarrel Laser. You don't get sights on this one, unfortunately, still. It's its biggest weakness, I would say. And then there's the Super Shorty, which has the 1X sights, or the Underbarrel Laser. And that's a pretty good secondary. I would probably run... Oh, I don't know, I'd be tempted. Meme 8 and CZ is kind of a good combo, or the Commando and the Super Shorty. You'll probably catch me running Commando Super Shorty more often, but we'll see. And then as far as the gadget goes, there's Barbed Wire, Bulletproof Cam, Deployable Shield, Observation Blocker, Impact Grenades, Nitro Cell, and Proximity Alarms, and you can pick one in this slot and a different one in this slot. I saw some pretty good synergy with Nitro Cell and Proxies, but really any of these combinations can be pretty useful, I would think. Let's see, the operator guide's basically the same, what we talked about. Bio-wise, all the same information. They're also a 2 speed, 2 health on defense. And I believe the... no, this bio is different, so if you want to read it, you're free to. At least I think it is, because I think Zero talked in the other one. Let's see, and that's about it of Sentry. So let's go back. Alright. We're gonna scroll through this. The website's actually wrong. It has impact grenades on the attack. They don't. We just looked. And then next up is Fenrir. Fenrir is getting a nerf this season. I think it's overall a nerf. Mostly to make him a little less frustrating to play against. This doesn't go over much, so Fenrir now has 4 F-Not Dread mines, 2 tickets to activate mines, and the mines are no longer bulletproof. Tickets are recovered when a mine is destroyed or deactivated. Barbed Wire has also been replaced with Observation Blocker. They go over this more in the designer notes page. They go over their goal, going over Fenrir's effectiveness. Fenrir's utility now hinges on his survival. And they kind of go into more detail about the changes. So he used to have 5 mines total, now he has 4. The tickets are how many can be activated, which means they'll like ink people. Used to be able to activate 3, now I can only activate 2. They're never bulletproof anymore, so even when they're closed, you can shoot them. But when you do shoot one of the mines, even if it's activated, he doesn't lose the code, so it just goes back. So as long as he has 2 somewhere, he can always have them activated. He doesn't have to worry about the active ones getting destroyed. And then disabling a mine gets its ticket removed. So even if you EMP a mine, it'll send it back, but that does mean that he will have to reactivate it for it to be active again. So if you EMP it, maybe you can catch him off guard. Or if he's dead, he won't be able to reactivate it. So that's pretty cool. And then, like they said, they added the observation blocker and they removed his barbed wire. So maybe you can hide the gadgets a little better. So let's go into the game. It is not as dark as I thought it was. With the glasses on, I thought it was super dark. So let's see. We got the 1, we got the 2, 3, 4. That's it. none left. You can see the 2 codes down in the bottom, so I can activate 2. If I shoot 1, you can see the code went back, so I can activate that one. You can also see that the armored one is not bulletproof, so that's pretty exciting. Fenrir loadout. There you go. Bulletproof cam, observation blockers, no barbed wire. Nothing else really on the designer notes about it. The next operator getting a nerf in New Blood is Solis. So here on the site it says Solis's Spec.io electro sensor is unavailable during the prep phase. Duration of the sensor has been reduced to 10 seconds. Detection range is now set to 12 meters and must be at full charge to use. Impact grenades have also been replaced with proximity alarms. Obviously that's a pretty big blow to her. The designer notes also go into more detail on this. They had 2 primary objectives. First, they wanted to reduce the pressure over the attacking drones, specifically during the prep phase, and they would also like to increase the amount of need people had to keep an eye on the resource. That'll make the prep phase more enjoyable. Right now I found that no one was droning because everyone was scared, and there usually was a Solis, and you just lose all of your drones, basically, or you'd have one sitting outside. Which isn't ideal. You'd basically go in with no information. They also note that this isn't her final form. They're actually going to be working on an actual gadget change soon, but they're going to keep an eye on these changes first. They go into a little more detail, so no prep phase. It used to be 20 seconds, and now it's 10 seconds for the amount of time she could use it uninterrupted, so that's cut in half, which is pretty severe. You have to fully recharge it before using it. It used to have like a point that it had to hit. Now it has to be fully charged. So the less you use it, the quicker you can use it again. If you use it for the full 10 seconds, you gotta wait for the whole time. And the detection range is 12 meters. It used to be 15, so it's 3 meters shorter. And then, like they said about the secondary gadgets. So let's go look. Yeah. Alright, here's Solis. So when we load in, we're going to be in the prep phase. It's only 20 seconds in this custom game. But as you can see, I'm trying to click on my gadget. It's still charging up. I don't know if it's going to charge up by the time this ends. Or if it does that. Maybe we should make the prep phase longer. Alright, I'm in the prep phase now. You can see the gadget is charging up right now. So I can't use it because there's no charge. Let's keep walking around. They may have just set the charge up to be the duration, which seems to be what they did. So when we had the shorter one, it was going quicker, but it was still going to end right on time. So that's what they did. To prevent it from being used, it just charges up for the whole prep phase. And then as soon as the prep phase is over, it'll be at full charge. That's actually a pretty decent way of ensuring that it's not used. So now it's active. If I use it, it's gonna last for 10 seconds total. And then when it ends, it starts charging up. So I do have to wait. If I try to use it, it's not gonna let me this whole time. And now it's fully charged. If I only use it a little bit, so say I just wanted to check that, it takes a lot less to charge up. But I still couldn't use it until it was fully charged. So that's the gist of that. Loadout. Proxy's bulletproof cam. No impacts. But it's kind of unfortunate for her, because it was kind of useful with like air jabs. Alrighty. Another thing coming is a change to barbed wire. So now Barb will actually do 5 HP damage every second while moving through it. That does not stack, so if someone puts 2 barbs on top of each other, it won't do 10. It just does 5. And you have to be moving. So if you're standing still, it won't hurt you. So it's kind of a choice. Are you going to melee the barb, or are you going to try to walk through it? They also made it louder while you're walking through it, so your operator cries out a bit more. And obviously, since you're taking damage, they cry out. So that's a pretty nice quality of life change to barbed wire. People just can't run through it with, well, they're impeded a little bit now, but now in the new change, it's actually more severe. I think it takes about 3 seconds, so I think it does max like 10 to 15 damage if you're just barreling through it. But I don't have someone here with me to be able to to show you Barbed Wire. So next in the season website is the membership. This got booed pretty heavily during the reveal. Let's see. So it's got some stuff. I don't really want to talk about it because I don't really like membership programs. But it's mostly cosmetic only. They also have a website for it. I'll put it in the link. Oh, it's not a website, it's more of an announcement, I guess. But you can enroll. If you enroll in like the first week, you get like a bonus prize. Do what you want. Let's see what's next. Operator voucher. Okay, so normally when you get the battle pass, the first tile is the operator when you buy the battle pass. Since there's no new operator, you will just get a voucher where you can pick any operator. If you don't have an operator, you can unlock that operator. That's really cool. And then if you have all the operators, you get R6 credits. I don't think they mentioned how much. I don't know how much. But that's pretty cool. R6 credits is nice. It's better than like Renown. Next, Marketplace. So the Marketplace opened up. As long as you're clearance level 25, once June 25th is here, everyone will have access to it. That's where you can buy and sell cosmetics. Here's the... You can still sign up for the beta now, but this will actually be open to everyone. But it's essentially a way of for R6 credits selling cosmetics. And this website will be in the description if you're interested. I haven't used it yet, but I am in it. We got some playlist changes. So the standard playlist will have a map filter now. So at the cost of your queue times, you can choose to only have standard queue you into the ranked map pool, the non-ranked map pool, or all maps. So obviously all maps will get you faster queue times because it's more open. But if you're only interested in playing standard in the ranked map pool, you can keep doing that. But if you also want to play quick match maps in a standard setting, you can now, which is pretty exciting. Let's see if we can go see that. So I assume that'll just be in the playlist settings, but since the test server only has training grounds, I cannot really show you that. But that'll be fun. I'll probably have all maps on, if I'm being honest. I might keep it on ranked depending how much ranked I'm playing. Let's see. Once a filter is selected by the player, every time they start a queue for a standard match, they will be queuing only for the selected map. Settings can be found in the settings menu for standard. Okay. So, that's cool. And it'll be whoever's queuing. So if you're in a squad, it'll be whoever the leader is, whoever their settings is on. They have a new arcade mode. It's going to be a limited time from June 18th to July 2nd. It's Attrition. So I believe that's a return. Essentially, it's the game mode where once an operator is played, they can't be played again. So it kind of forces everyone to play operators they probably haven't played unless they're like me and they play all the operators all of the time. So that'll be pretty cool. I don't know if I'll play it, but it's limited time. So get ready for that if you're excited. Stadium Alpha and Stadium Bravo are both getting quality of life changes, and they are coming back into the game with those changes, but they will be coming to, let's see, standard, quick match, and arcade and custom. So they're not coming back to ranked. Stadium Alpha wasn't in the game at all. Stadium Bravo was in ranked for a bit, got taken out, but now they'll both be reworked and they'll be in non-ranked modes. You can see if, let's see, let's switch. So the primary change with Bravo is that a lot of the bulletproof glass that can look into objectives was removed. And I think they changed a few other things. So let me take the glasses off for this one so I can actually see the color coding. So kitchen doesn't look very different. Service entrance, mostly the same. But as you can see, the bulletproof glass that used to be here is gone. We can go into ventilation. There's a door. That's pretty exciting. There wasn't a door here before. Oh, and they removed this door. So that kind of removes some of the rushing issue this site had. Let's see. I don't think there was a door here either. It's still a window. There used to be bulletproof glass in this room. There's a hatch there. There's still some interior bulletproof, but that's not too bad. This room seems a little bigger, but I could be wrong. Sunrise looks mostly the same. That's pretty cool. The bulletproof window that was here is gone, so they can't just peep on you. That'll help the VIP hold a bit, I think. The bulletproof glass that was here is gone. Office looks pretty similar. They moved this door over. I could swear. Yeah. That's pretty cool. They moved. So it's like the layout got shifted a bit. Hall of Fame isn't just a hallway. It's actually like a room that they have to enter into, and they can't just rush. That's pretty cool. And then Armory, we've seen. Armory didn't really change. Okay. So that's Bravo. Let's go look at let's look at Alpha. I don't think I'll be able to tell you very much of what has changed on Alpha, but I know I didn't like it, so if we look at it and I kind of think it's playable, that'll be kind of indicative of its own. I don't know if I want to change my lighting. Is that better? Worse? Better? Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know most of this. There's still glass here, but it doesn't look super useful. Dining room. Kitchen. I don't really know this map anymore, so if I get it in quick match, I'm kind of screwed. But we're kind of running through. Do you notice anything different? Let me know in the comments. I'm assuming there used to be glass here, but isn't anymore. There's still glass there. That doesn't look too bad, though. This one you can kind of look in. This, I remember, we used to rush this hatch a lot. It doesn't seem very different to me. This glass used to freak people out. So, maybe they haven't changed this that much. I don't know if that used to be glass. But this is mostly... I don't know. We'll have to play it to see. This is what it's looking like. It's weird, like, Hereford... Oregon... child. Yeah. Alright, let's see. We have spectating updates. So when you spectate, they're kind of changing the cards. The cards will be at the bottom. I don't think I can show it to you, but essentially, usually the cards on the side, now they'll be at the bottom. They have more information about the operators. You'll see it probably in Pro League streams, but it looked pretty good to me when I saw it in the reveal. Player comfort, so we're getting some advanced audio options, so that includes just kind of being able to customize music and the voiceover. We do not yet have individual like voices like players, but we do have, you can see in the audio tab, there's master volume, in-game SFX, the music volume, menu music volume, voiceover volume. You got some presets, which are pretty cool. So you can kind of... The operators talk to you in-game, so you can kind of control which of those you're hearing or not. I'm not going to switch back to the screen real quick, but we also have some Flashbang customization. So I usually find it in accessibility, but I believe it's also in general. But you can see stun VFX. You can either have it on dark glare or white glare. White glare is the flashbang you would be used to. It's whenever it whitewashes your face. And then dark glare is new, so let's go look at it. Alright, so I'm going to begin his attack. I'm going to bring someone who has flash grenades. and I'm going to show you the dark glare option. This also applies not only to flashbangs, but also concussion. So like Ella, Sophia. We could put the glasses back on if we wanted to. Alright, so essentially if I flashbang myself, it's black instead. And it comes back at the same rate as white does. And everything. So the only difference is you're not getting that flash of white light. It's just blacked out instead. Which is a pretty good accessibility option, if you ask me. I like it. Alright, so the season website, this just goes over that flashbang customization option. It's specifically for photosensitivity and tinnitus, but I think it also just helps everyone, because it's not super great for your eyes to be flashed white like that. What's next? Versus AI is getting some changes, so new maps, Coastline, Nighthaven Labs, new AI operators, Vigil and Thunderbird, new playable operators, Ace, Blackbeard, Hibana, and Deimos, and AI operators can wallbang against red-pinged players, especially Deimos, but that's on the advanced difficulty only. So let's go look at the Versus AI menu. So Versus AI is available in the training submenu, and then Versus AI, you can either pick beginner or advanced, so it's not in settings anymore. It looks like you can just pick beginner or advanced. And info-wise, you can see these are the maps that are currently now available, so Coastline and Nighthaven are new. AI opponents, Vigil and Thunderbird are new. You can see them here. Here's your options that you can pick from, so you can also pick Striker in Versus AI. Map training playlist, so there's a new mode called Endless Drill that lets you warm up. It can run for 60 minutes. You can navigate a map, you can get feedback of how much damage you're getting, so that can kind of tell you, oh, I would have died if that was a real player, stuff like that. You have new settings in the map training playlist, so it can come with soft walls pre-destroyed, headshot only mode, or an option for a simplified objective HUD. There's also a guidance tool that you can turn on that will show you stairs, drone vents, and hatches that are nearest you. And you can also play Outback, Villa, Canal, and Theme Park. So it'll be in the training, map training, endless drill, so you can see the settings. You can pick what side you're going to start on, defense or attack. Pre-destruction, so if it's going to open up doors and stuff for you. If the targets shoot back, they won't kill you, but they will shoot at you. If you have to do headshots to destroy the targets. And then there's also the in-game guidance preferences, which will show you stairs, hatches, or drone vents if you have it turned on. And it is, for all three, the nearest one. So let's apply that. And matchmake. Oh, big stretch. Alright, so you can see the hatch is already open. And you can see on the timer, it's gonna give me an hour. It's given me ways in. And up in the top it says eliminate 0 out of 11 targets in basement. So if I went to the basement, there's a target there. He's shooting at me. You can see I received 210 damage by that, which means I would have died. But I didn't. So same in that situation. It is difficult to play with these glasses on. And then presumably once I get this, it'll take me to a new one. So it's kind of a nice way, honestly, to warm up on dummies without it taking like way too less of a time than you want. Because Versus AI, it's useful, but it's slow. So now you can see I did the 11 out of 11 in basement, and then like right above my camera, it's now wanting me to go to the second floor. And I can continue, and it'll just keep doing that for the full hour, or until I say, alright, I'm done. And I quit. So, that's pretty fun. Okay. Here's the seasonal weapon skin. It looks very familiar to me, to the point that I'm not sure if this is the right the right image, but I do like it. It's very pretty. It does remind me of something though, and I can't quite put my finger on it. It's called the Fracture Bundle, and it'll be available at launch. You can buy it in the store. It'll be pretty cool. Operator price decrease, so as usual, another season, other operators are older, so their prices are decreasing based on how long they've been in the game. It happens. Operator balancing wise, we already talked about Fenrir, and we already talked about Solis. Tweaks and improvements, so like I mentioned earlier, the weapon stats have more information. So these statistics are divided into 4 categories. Firepower breaks down damage of the weapon at different distances and shows the weapon's capability for destruction. Accuracy displays the difficulty to control the weapon while firing, the hipfire accuracy, the recoil and spread pattern, and the time it takes to aim down the sights. Ammo breaks down the size of the magazine, the max capacity for bullets, and the reload speed for each weapon. And mobility displays the speed of the operator while using the weapon. As it catches up, I'm just going to go select an operator. So here's Sledge. So you can see the L85A2 assault rifle. You can see its damage, 47. If I start messing with things, some of these would change. So for example, if I did horizontal, it should have changed. Mobility, so you can see the mobility +5 little icon down there changed. But as I currently have it set up with flash hider and vertical, both of which should help with recoil, they change, reduce the speed at which muzzle, yeah, we're good. I've already forgotten the attachment changes for the most part, which is unfortunate. 47 damage, you can see its fire rate, that's 670. Its destruction's low, which means it's not gonna make like big holes in walls if I shoot at it. It has a 30+1 magazine, so if I reload it and then I reload it again, it gets an extra one in the chamber. Max capacity 181 because it has six magazines. Reload speed 3.3, ADS 0.52. This is recoil pattern. Control difficulty 2 out of 5. It doesn't have a lot. And there's its mobility. If I went to a LMG, let's see, Capital, you can see its mobility has a -5 because LMG's got a mobility nerf in the last season. You can see its ADS time's about the same. This will change with the sights you use. You can see it changing. It's got a recoil pattern. It's also 2 out of 5. Reload speed 7.6. So the bigger number is a longer reload speed. This gun takes forever. It has medium destruction, so it'll make a little bit bigger holes than the L85 does. Whereas if you go to a shotgun, it has full destruction. It's making proper holes. It goes through the you know, the wood. You can make rotates with it, essentially. That's cool. I wonder, let's see. As far as difficulty goes, I bet the Scorpion probably is harder. 3 out of 5. Good lord. What would be... Probably like SMG 12 then? SMG 11? Yeah, 5 out of 5 difficulty. So the SMG 11's got a 5 out of 5 difficulty. So it's pretty useful information, I think. It kind of lets you make more informed decisions about the weapons you're picking. There's some rappel improvements. So rappel can now be entered by holding the input when walking or sprinting when close to rappel point, so you don't have to like stop, look, rappel. While holding the rappel input and sprinting toward the rappel point, you can enter rappel from further away, so that's pretty good, speedy. And then drones can be picked up while in rappel, which is also pretty nice. So if you try to throw it a window and it bounces off and it falls like right below you, you can just go upside down and just pick it up. So that's pretty good. Visual filters and observation tools. So color saturation has been kind of made more consistent. If you can see in full color, it means you have full control of the drone. Desaturated means you have partial control. That means you can kind of probably look, but you can't move it. And then black and white means you have no control over where it's going. I still kind of wish that they removed black and white from drones, because when you're spectating, they color code maps, but then they make you spectate in black and white where you can't see the colors. So I feel like it defeats, it's contradicting their map design decisions, but at least it's consistent, I guess. Shooting range is also getting updates, so the weapon properties that we just showed you, they'll show different things while you're in the shooting range, just to kind of probably make it a more, you know, useful experience. When you're in the recoil lane, you'll get the accuracy information, so recoil spread pattern, ADS time, control difficulty, and hip accuracy, ammo, magazine, max capacity and reload speed, mobility, speed, run modifier, run speed modifier, damage lane, you get the firepower statistics for damage, fire rate, and destruction, the ammo statistics for magazine, max capacity and reload speed, and the mobility, run speed modifier. So if we go look, so yeah, okay. So in the tab menu, you can kind of see how you did, and then you can also see these weapon stats. And then if I go, so this is the recoil lane, this is the damage lane. So if I did stuff, go to tab, you can see the weapon properties on the right. Operator guides, so they updated their guides for Striker and Sentry, and then they also updated them with the balancing changes for Fenrir and Solis. So cool. Game health wise, playlists got a little shuffled around. So in Quick Match, they added Oregon, Skyscraper, Theme Park, and Stadium Alpha. So in Quick Match, you'll get those pre-setups. And those 4 maps are now in there. Standard map pool update, it gained House, Hereford, Plain, Yacht, Fella, Tower, Fortress, Stadium Bravo, and Stadium Alpha, which were all Quick Match only maps. But now you can control that with the map filter instead. So for Arcade, Free For All is getting Close Quarters, Stadium Alpha, Border, Oregon, Coastline, Villa, Theme Park, Nighthaven Labs, Consulate, and Lair. It looks like Team Deathmatch is getting the same ones as Free For All. Golden Gun is getting Close Quarters, Alpha, Bravo, Favela, Coastline, Outback, Emerald, Plains, Skyscraper, Lair, while Rappel Roulette is getting mostly the same with Close Quarters, Alpha, Bravo, Favela, Coastline, Outback, Theme Park, Nighthaven Labs, Lair. So, Stadium Alpha, so that's the 2020 version. So they changed the first floor layout, not that I noticed. And they also changed the bomb mode layouts. So there's first floor kitchen and first floor dining, first floor piano and first floor living room. And then for the second floor, the layout of the destructible floors changed from 10 rooms to 6, and various exterior windows were, you know, shuffled around. Bravo, the covers in the first floor showers changed, and the door connects the server room and the showers, and they also added a hatch above showers. On the second floor, the door in the VIP penthouse has been replaced with the destructible wall, and a new door leads to a different room. And then they also changed a bunch of the bulletproof glass. Lastly, we get the ranked rewards. So last time it was the thermite headgear, I think, or the time before that, or something. This is when you get gold 1. Next seasons will be an exclusive headgear for Castle, which is pretty exciting. Love me some Castle. Let's go check if we missed anything in the designer notes. So, designer notes, they come out before the test server, they come out before this website. They usually explain in more detail why decisions were made. They also include the win delta versus presence and the ban rate charts for both PC and console. So I'll let it switch over, but I'm not going to try to explain them. Ban rate for PC, and then also for console, and this is the attack, and then this is the defense ban rate for PC and console. They go over the striker recruit, mostly about versatility, stuff like that. Then they go over sentry, kind of the same deal. They explain their Fenrir decision making. Mostly they want to make sure his utility hinges on his survival. Solis, they had the primary objectives of reducing the pressure. Deimos. So Deimos got a change, is getting a change. So on his AK-74M, which is shared with Nomad, his is getting grip options. Alright, here's Deimos, here's his loadout. So you can see now that there's the grip options for vertical grip, angled grip, and horizontal grip. And then if we go to Nomad, yeah, so no grip options on Nomad. So it's just Deimos. Make his AK a little more useful, I suppose. So that covers that. It seems like they want to try to up his pick rate and win rate a little bit. Make him a little more comfortable. So that's alright. The barbed wire change gets discussed a bit. They wanted to enhance its effectiveness. I think it succeeds in doing that. Passing through is a last resort option. It kind of makes the attacker make a choice, which I think is good. And like I said earlier, it's only when you're actively moving through the wire. You have a vocal reaction. They've also increased the wire stiffness, so the noise it makes when you're walking through it's a little louder. Here's the rank distribution. Looks like 6% of players in PC are in Bronze 5. We can look. So we looked at the season website. We looked at the marketplace website, the membership page. Striker has their own little page on UB, as does Sentry. There's the roadmap, which we'll look at in a second, and then here's the Reddit. They didn't seem as active on Reddit this time, but I wanted to look at them real quick. So they had some bug fixes. Okay, so most of these bug fixes were just kind of pretty minor bugs. It's all bug fixes. And then if we go to look at day 3, it's also just kind of bug fixes, so that's alright. So let's go look at the roadmap. So they kind of changed the layout now. So they have like released, here was season 1, here's all the things that were added. Here is new blood, so let's see if there's anything different. So major features, they are committed to the marketplace launch, the map filter, the map updates. There's player protection, so Steam improved ban enforcement part 1 should be coming. That's the VAC ban type thing, so hopefully when cheaters get banned they can't just come back. Balancing Fenrir and Solis. The spectating change. So here's kind of what I was trying to explain earlier, where the cards are in the bottom instead of on the sides. And then we got the endless mode, maps versus AI, so that's pretty good. Let's take a peek into the future, shall we? So Season 3, tentative September 2024. There's a new operator coming, that's exciting. The Siege Cup, the badges on the career page, shooting range while matchmaking, attacking AI, more player protection for Mousetrap, Solis Update Part 2, a Dokkaebi update, an after action screen update, 1v1s, deployable gadget previs, drone jump previs, shooting range with a cover lane, drone drill, and some versus AI changes. And then in Season 4, there's an operator remaster, which they basically told us was Blackbeard. Console to PC crossplay, so that'll let console play in PC lobbies with their PC friends, but not the other way around. Match cancellation 3.0, so that's kind of like the live banning, live cancellation. Reputation system is planned to release in full, hopefully they fixed it by then. Automated text chat moderation. Balancing, dynamic matchmaking, and more map training changes. So all of those are future, not now. We covered them. So I think that covers it. So we went over all of the documentation for the changes coming in the next season. I am a little bit disappointed there wasn't more update on anti-cheat, but I know that the less they talk about it, the better, because then anti-cheating companies can't prepare for it. But I just wished I see more of a result, at least, because it was it's pretty bad right now. So it was a little disappointing to see it a little light on that, even in vague promises. But the Steam VAC ban should help a little bit. Changes-wise, it's a little light on changes, but I think that that's alright. I think that's better for the longevity of the game. Can't have new operators all the time. 5-man recruit Rush will be greatly missed, but at least they did something with the operator. And I can see a lot of use in being able to open walls by yourself or do vert by yourself. Especially on the maps that aren't as utility heavy, because there's some maps where you kind of need. It is 7 o'clock. Take your vitamin at 7, brother. But I can see a lot of use in it. So I am looking forward to the new season. It does release on Tuesday, June 11th. And just as a reminder, I'm Ceymone. I post very infrequently on YouTube. You should see some Hellblade videos coming out soon, though. That's exciting. Let's see. I'm on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at official Ceymone. There's links in the description, and I stream every Tuesday, usually around 6:30 p.m. until around 9:30 p.m. Usually I stream Siege, and if I'm not streaming Siege, it's usually for a reason, or it's a different day. So I think that's all she wrote. If you have any comments, what's your favorite thing coming in the season, biggest concern, what you've kind of felt vibing with, please comment down below. Make sure you like the video, share it if it was helpful. I know it was different from previous ones, but I wanted to do something, but I didn't want to do the full thing. So this is kind of what we're left with. So let me know how you liked it. Did you like this compared to the earlier Everything Coming videos? Did this still help? Or was it kind of just something you would have rather read instead of talked about, anything like that? Let me know. Let me know your opinions in the comments or message me or anything. And I hope everyone has a good week and a good time in the new season. Bye.